This semester, K-State will be participating in the National Survey of Student Engagement. What is it for, and how do you participate? You know, I really don't have a clue, but today's guest in studio may have a pretty good idea. I'm joined today by the newly named Provost and Vice President of K-State, April Mason. April, it's a pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you. It's very nice to be here.
All right, Provost Mason, well, let's just get right down to it. What is the National Survey of Student Engagement?
This is a survey that's administered to college freshmen and seniors at over 1,300 universities and colleges across the United States. And the survey is designed to find out from freshmen what kinds of things they've been involved in their freshman year and how has it affected their experience on their college campus. And then again, college seniors to find out as they're exiting the university or their college, what have they found has been most helpful to them in being engaged in the university. And Kansas State University is very proud that we can be a part of this survey because not only will we get information about our students, but we can compare our information to students at the other colleges and universities across the country.
All right, well, how does K-State administer the NSSC?
We're trying to make this as easy as possible for our students. We know that people's time is very, very valuable. What we're doing is having this survey available via the internet. So you log into a URL and take the survey. We're advertising it in many, many different ways through the newspaper, with emails to our student population, this interview, for example, and a number of other ways. But it is at your convenience, whether that's 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you can log on to the URL, go in and take the survey.
All right, well, what kind of response rate have you seen so far from everything you've used to get students to participate?
I'm quite pleased to be able to say that it's reported that we've already gotten 10% of our targeted audience responding, and the news of the survey and the emails going out to students just went out a few days ago. So I think we are getting a very nice response. That said, I don't want to deter anyone from going ahead. We don't have enough yet, so please, anyone hearing this interview, go ahead and log in and complete the survey. But I am glad that we have an initial response that's quite strong.
Or freshmen and seniors you're talking about definitely have an added incentive to do this, right?
We do. We want to make this a very good experience for students. So we do have raffles that are going on. When you respond, you become eligible for those. We have tickets for Jesus Christ Superstar available for students, some other gifts and prizes. So be sure to log on and do that. There's an incentive to do so.
Excellent. Now, what else is being done around the around campus to promote the NSSC?
Well, besides this interview, we have advertisements in our college newspaper. We have pamphlets that have gone out. We're looking at putting this up on a number of different electronic bulletin boards so students know about it and get to know some of the incentives that are related to it and realize how important it is to us.
All right, now, why does K-State even choose to participate in the NSSC? I know there's probably people watching that wonder, okay, you know, it's all well and good that we're being asked to do this, but why does this help the university?
Okay, well, that's a really good question. You know, why are we asking students to take this time to fill out the survey? The information really gets at how, especially at the freshman year and the senior year, how are students becoming engaged in the university? And by engaged, I mean getting involved, feeling like they're really participating, and what are they getting out of the experience? And those are two very different things for a freshman and for a senior. So as a freshman comes in, how do they get involved? How do they feel accepted and included into the community here at K-State? And as a senior, what has their 4 years or their years here on campus meant to them? How do they feel they've benefited from that experience?
All right. Now, what would you tell K-State students out there who are on the fence and trying to decide whether or not they should really go ahead and take this survey? How would you convince them that this really is the best thing for the university?
Well, I'd be clear with anyone on the fence trying to decide whether they should take the time that we use this information, that it's data that we look at very carefully and do a number of things with. So some some students will have a very positive experience, and we could utilize some of the things they talk about as best practices. And we could say that if you're a student in the College of Agriculture, for example, and you've had this very good experience, we could share that with other colleges, saying this is a best practice that's been documented by our students. On the flip side, if there's something that has held students back in their opinion, or has not been a particularly positive experience, we could then say, we need to do something about that. We need to address that. So students are giving us data that I assure them we'll look at very carefully and that we'll use to make changes both to benefit students and to be sure that we're correcting anything that might consistently come across as being a problem.
All right, well, Provost Mason, I really appreciate you taking time to come by and talk to us today about the NSSC, and hope you're really enjoying K-State so far.
I am. It's been a very good experience being here. Thank you.
Well, thank you.